Hello, everyone. It is me. I'm a nerd politics, also known as Colson Kaufman. And today we're talking again about, what if, pretty much. If Joe Biden's replaced or he steps down for any reason, who's going to replace him? Today we're talking about Gavin Newsom, current governor of California, versus former President Donald Trump. This one's going to be pretty cool, ain't it? This one's going to be real fun. Gavin Newsom's obviously not very liked. I've talked about him in 2 videos ago, and he shows even on 538 that he would be compatible about 5% against Trump. So that gives a 95% lead for Trump here. Gavin Newsom is really liked in his state, and being in some places he's not actually liked in his own state at all. He only welcomes and cleans up his state for communist leaders like the Chinese president, Xi Jinping, or however you pronounce it. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of veterans dying in California. U.S. veterans, by the way. And there's more human feces in the state itself than there is other feces in the state of any other animal, which is stupidly crazy. Definitely in San Francisco. There's more human feces in San Francisco than there probably is people. That's not a good thing for anyone that was, not thinking. So we're obviously going off of how I see things. Gavin Newsom is not liked much more else than the very far west and the very far northeast. He's not very liked elsewhere. So this gives Trump, obviously, let's label his safe states, being most of the West here. Here are safe states, including districts. 149. Here's what Gavin Newsom brings to the table. He obviously carries his home state. I think that's, just known. In Oregon, I still think he still carries it, so as well as Washington State. He obviously carries D.C. because they love him down there, not just for that excellent haircut that is probably fake, but, they just do. They just do. He carries probably a lot of the East, to be fair, though, like any other Democratic candidate would also. Delaware, I'd say, is likely, and for sure in Maryland. And we're looking at a 149 to 115 here. Obviously, I still think Trump wins, even in this case, more likely for Maine, and also likely wins in New Hampshire. Gavin Newsom would probably also win Hawaii. I think a lot of Democratic candidates would pass in Hawaii, obviously. But here's what we're talking about now. With border issues, Texas, ultimate Republican state, Florida, with DeSantis even, debating Governor Newsom and winning, Florida wins for Donald Trump. And even here, I'd say North Carolina is guaranteed Donald Trump here. And I'd say down in Georgia is likely Donald Trump, just by the means of it. I'd say Gavin Newsom still holds Colorado a likely state. Same with New York. So, obviously, Newsom's not doing well. And I still think he would probably likely win in Illinois. But I do think otherwise, Trump, based off even the current numbers, is leaned more Republican. And I'd say the same with Pennsylvania and the same with Wisconsin. I'd say that also leaned to vote for Trump in Virginia. Even on the current status, I'll still think that it's a debate on whether New Jersey votes Republican or not. It's not all very most likely, even if it's Gavin Newsom. When it comes to the border issues, Arizona is still likely to vote or tend to vote for Donald Trump here. And Nevada, being it's, kind of right next door to California, I'd say is up for debate. In New Mexico, I would rather argue, based off current border issues and being that there's not a lot of time left, and Gavin Newsom has no real knowledge of the entire United States, neither his own little country, as I'll call it, and neither his little state. But New Mexico is also up for debate. The only state here that even Trump still has open for debate is Minnesota. Minneapolis is huge for Democrats, but I think times are changing, and I think by and large, Nebraska still is the Republican state here. So based off of just how I see it, Trump wins 361 to current governor Gavin Newsom at 177. If you did enjoy today's video, please like and subscribe. Leave your comments and whatever you want to see or whatever you think down below. And until then, of course, I will see you all in the next political video. Peace out, guys.